Oh dear, it's a beautiful day here today, all right. Wall-to-wall sunshine. Makes a change. I've not been around much the last few days, as you probably noticed. It's not because I don't give a damn anymore or don't like you or love you or whatever, but rather more because my disintegrating disc in my spine had other ideas about what I should do the last few days. It always hurts, but sometimes it hurts more than others, and that was not nice, shall I say. You wouldn't want it for Christmas. Went up to the hospital, must be a couple of years ago now, for a scan, and they said, oh yes, the discs are going, disintegrating in your spine, that's what's causing all the trouble. But the bad news is there's nothing they can do about it. Mind you, I wouldn't really wish to go into there to be sorted out because it's a pretty dirty place. Not far from here, there's a case of a woman who was in charge of a group of hospitals in Kent, Tunbridge Wells area, when they had the worst outbreak of what they call C. diff, which is pretty horrible, frankly, that disease, ever, and it's just caused by poor hygiene measures, as far as I can tell. But, they still won't learn their bloody lesson and get out the mop buckets and clean up. And this greedy bitch of a woman that was in charge has now taken them to court because the NHS, the hospitals authority in this country, for those of you who aren't from here, said that they weren't going to give her her bonus. Well, she was bloody lucky she didn't get charged, if you ask me, but God dear, what a load of crap. There shouldn't be any case of that at all, should there? It should just be thrown out immediately, and the judge should tell her to go home and improve or else, or, here's your one-way ticket to Holloway Prison or what have you, but, oh no, never mind. Anyway, enough ranting and raving on about those fools. They had the budget the other day, and you'd think that with all the fiddling that goes on and claiming for this and claiming for that these politicians do, that lying Scotch bastard Alistair Darling could afford another red briefcase, wouldn't you? Have you seen it? Battered bloody old thing. Horrible. Huh. Anyhow, on to more pleasant things, eh? What I haven't been able to do is very much very much of anything, to be honest, for the last few days, but this morning I've been finishing off this. I was driving along last week, I think it was, or the week before, and came across a huge pile of rubbish that had been fly-tipped by the road. And among it were two Hitachi speakers, very unusual in that the apparently square unit you see here really is square. So I brought them back here along with some other crap, most of which I've since scrapped for spares or thrown out. But the trouble was the cases were in such a bad way I couldn't really reuse them as they were chipboard. There was no easy way in, so I had to break the back open very carefully and then unfold the surrounding chipboard. And that left me with the baffle board with the speakers on it, of course. So having removed the speakers, I very carefully used the bandsaw to trim the baffle board square again, get rid of all the fragments of chipboard that were still stuck to it. And then the next thing to do, of course, was to build another cabinet around it, which I've done. They're made of plywood rather than foam board. I thought that might be better. So, and the other thing I wanted to do was to reuse the original metal front. So I had to be very careful cutting out the baffle board, make sure it was exactly the right size. And having got it the right size, assembled the casing around it. And then this fits in nice and snugly, so it won't rattle or buzz. Anyway, let's see what it sounds like. as they go. Not as good as the ITT ones that I souped up earlier on with the 5x8" Altai long throw woofer and the tweeter, but alright nevertheless, I think. Oh my god, there goes the telephone. I hope it's not a wrong cucumber. Bye for now.